Welcome, travelers, to High Fantasy. I'm Brett. I clapped and I shouldn't have clapped. You got me clapping. I need my herb pouch. Daddy's been paying for my salt.
This
I'm part of the poop patrol, ma'am.
And I'm Emily. But I'm like, don't make the robots.
Don't make the robots
crunch. I would speak with dinosaur in a second. I have beef with DC. It's a thing. It's a whole thing.
Join us on our epic world-spanning adventures. Armed with only a bit of long-bottom leaf, we will delve into some of the most amazing worlds of imagination that have ever existed. Before we get into that, don't forget to check out our Patreon if you want to support the channel. And without further ado, let's get into it.
You can clap. You can.
Yay! Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of High Fantasy. I'm Brett.
And I'm Emily.
Before we get started, I'd like to thank our highest tier patron member, Minnie. Thank you so much for being our numero 1 subscriber. We appreciate you. You help us continue doing the things that we do and love to do. So thank you so much. And for the rest of our lovely, lovely Patreon members, we appreciate you. You are wonderful. All right. So, without further ado, do you know what we're doing today?
I have no idea what we're doing today. Please inform me as to what we're doing today. Are we continuing on our World of Warcraft quest?
No, actually. We're going to take a little bit of a break from that. Don't worry, you lovely viewers will not know this, but we're definitely going to be taking a little bit of a break from that for a second here to record an episode that I've wanted to record for a long while, just because I think it's one of the most fascinating topics, in my opinion, and that is we are talking about the city of Ravnica.
Oh, yeah, Ravnica! That's the Magic the Gathering
Exactly.
world, right? It's like one of the planes of existence within the Magic the Gathering universe.
Yes, exactly. Ravnica. It was a very loved and beloved plane of existence that has spanned multiple expansions. It was so popular that it was the one that they went to when they started coming out with D&D Magic collabs.
Okay.
For like settings and places you could go. There was Theros, or the Mythic Odysseys of Theros, which is Greek inspired, but there was Ravnica, Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica, and it was absolutely gorgeous. Like the monsters, the stuff you could do, so good.
So for people who don't know about Magic the Gathering, it's a card game essentially. It's kind of along the lines of like Pokemon and like Yu-Gi-Oh, but it never had as big of like a media sensation. Like there wasn't any TV shows around it. So it's definitely, I had never heard of Magic before I met you and stepped into the nerddom, but it's like a huge universe. We did do an episode on it previously just as like kind of what it is in general. So if you want to hear kind of like what Magic the Gathering is, a little bit more about like the universe as a whole, you can check out that previous video.
So, this plane of existence is popular for a few reasons. It's called, Ravnica is called the City of Doors.
Okay.
Because it is a plane of existence where a city spans almost the entire plane.
Okay.
So, pretty much anywhere you go, you're going to be in Ravnica.
It's like a big flat earth with one big city.
Kind of the idea, yeah.
It's kind of like there's not separate continents and islands and things. It's just one big landmass, and the entire landmass has been taken up with civilization.
So because of this, it's one of the most densely packed planes of existence in Magic the Gathering.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Which, just people. There's people everywhere. Now, a couple things that I want to kind of get into are the fact that the entirety of Ravnica is made up of 10 different guilds. And all of these guilds serve a different purpose.
Okay.
Something that they do to kind of function within the ecosystem of Ravnica itself. Now, each one of these guilds is a 2-color guild.
Okay.
So in Magic the Gathering, there's, the 5 different colors. Black is death. White is like civilization and creation. Blue is mind magic and like ethereal illusions. Green is beasts and wild and plants and all that fun stuff. And red is passion and fire and elemental beings of destruction. So with that in mind, let's get into the 10 guilds really quickly so we can get an understanding of how Ravnica works as a society and the things that they do and kind of the everyday life.
I like it.
Now there's the Azorius Senate, which is white and blue. These are the judges, law mages, and the bureaucrats of Ravnica.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So it just like as within like a city structure,
Hmm.
I guess one thing to just like clarify right off the bat is do these kind of like factions, so you're saying these are the judges and lawmakers, right?
Hmm.
Does that go for everybody or just this one section?
Pretty much everybody.
Okay, so like these are if you're looking for like a judge or like a like police officers or
Kind of. So,
okay.
not lawmaker, law
Uh-huh.
mage. There's a difference. And we can get into that when we cover
Okay.
Azorius a little bit more. But the Azorius Senate is essentially the people who are putting laws in place
Yeah.
that everyone has to follow.
Okay, so the guilds still affect each other. It's not like this is this one guild only making rules for this one guild. They're making rules for everybody.
Yeah, so that's the rule.
Okay.
And rules are meant to be broken. So, yes, like some of the things that a law mage can do, for instance, is they could make a legally binding contract
Uh-huh.
that if you sign it, you are forced magically to comply.
Yeah, to do what the contract says, and if you don't, repercussions. Kind of like Fey law.
Yeah, yeah, you break this at your own risk.
Uh-huh.
Or you just can't.
Uh-huh.
So it's like if
Like you
you sign a
physically have
contract
to.
that says like an NDA,
Uh-huh.
you physically cannot tell somebody about the stuff. You
That's
can't write it
crazy.
down, you can't speak the words, you can't give gestures to give indicators. None of that. It's just that information's locked away for you now.
That's crazy.
Azorius, because of this, the Azorius Senate holds a lot of power.
Yeah.
But others have some interesting uniquities to
NDAs
them
in
as
those
well.
world are crazy.
Yeah, yeah. So as they're kind of, and again, they're the judges, right?
Yeah.
So if they tell you, okay, well, you committed a crime, you're gonna have to sign this waiver now, and it says that I shall not do blah blah blah, then you do the thing. The problem is it's such a large world, governing it is
Mhm.
not super easy, but there's another guild for that. So there's the Azorius Senate.
Okay.
There's the Orzhov Syndicate, which is white-black.
Okay.
A crime syndicate disguised as a church.
Oh, that's incredible. That's why it's white and black, because the black is like the
Yeah.
crime and the
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
Their cards have an ability called Extort,
Okay. Yep.
which you pay the tithe.
That's crazy, and I love
yeah.
that.
The Orzhov Syndicate is wild because there was this thing in Ravnica for a while where Ravnica was sealed off from all other planes of existence.
Okay.
When this happened, the spirits of the dead couldn't go from their mortal plane to the next life. And so anyone who died just became a ghost.
Uh-huh.
And now they're wandering the streets of Ravnica.
Okay.
And the Orzhov Syndicate was like, okay, you're dead, but you could still pay. So they put Ghost to work. Uh-huh.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Orzhov's wild that way. Just because you're dead doesn't mean you don't have to pay taxes. So the Orzhov Syndicate, awful, like
Yeah.
hilarious as a concept, super because it's mega church,
Yeah.
right? And it's like pay your donations, get your healing, do your stuff. But if you are late on those taxes, on those
payments.
tithes, oh buddy, you might not be allowed to just die peacefully.
That's crazy.
Yeah, kind of like a mafia house, but little.
It's like a mafia, but a Catholic mafia.
Yeah, super.
Well, but let's be honest, a lot of mafiosos are like
like
religious,
extremely
or, like,
religious. So then we also have House Demir. Now,
Okay.
House Demir is super fun.
Okay.
They are the black and blue.
Uh-huh.
They are the spies, information brokers, and assassins of Ravnica.
Okay. Love that.
So if you're looking to get somebody off, you're probably gonna get House Demir to do it. Or if you're looking for some dirt on your ex-wife, House Demir's got the spy that knows the info.
And so in this universe, are these factions all of like similar size? Are there some that are like way bigger than others? And is it like a myth to some people that this faction exists, but then truth to other, or is it well known that there's a guild for just like assassins?
So yes, and yes.
Cool.
So some people know about them. Some people, they're a myth to them. When
Okay.
you take into account how large Ravnica is,
Yeah.
there's just sections of it where the people are like, never really thought about it before, never really fucking cared.
Right.
So then they don't really know that there's, a whole group of people dedicated to maintaining the sewer systems because they never really gone to the sewers,
I
like
guess
it's not
because
really a place you go.
that's the thing is like in real life we recognize we watch like spy movies and
Yeah.
stuff, but then there's always the idea of like, is that actually how spies work?
Yeah.
Is that or is this like
There's a lot of people that think about that with Demir.
Uh-huh.
And as an agent of Demir, it's really common to have these neat little fake guild seals
Uh-huh.
that make it look like you're from a different guild.
Okay.
There's a lot of shape changers and other stuff like
Uh-huh.
that in Demir. They are tricky little bastards.
So it really is just kind of like this is okay, I love it.
Yep.
Cool.
So yes.
It does very much work like a normal society where
Mhm.
there are some people who are just like, oh yeah, there's these like 3 factions, and then other people are like, there's 12 factions, and most of them are fucked up.
Yeah,
Guys.
yeah, dude. You don't even know, man. You don't even know. All right, yeah. And obviously we're not gonna have time to go into like the
Nitty-gritties.
nitty-gritties, but this is supposed to be just like an overall of Ravnica, and if we enjoy it, maybe we'll make a whole mini series just on Ravnica.
I love it.
But we still have, that's only 3 of the guilds, so
There's
3
many
of
more
the
to go.
10 guilds that we need to go into. Next up we have the Is It League,
Okay.
a blue and red engineers, inventors, and mad scientists guild.
Okay, I wish you would set this up like a game show where I had to guess which was which.
If I just gave you like the colors and been like, what do you think these guys do?
or the name and been like, come up with a job for this person.
Yeah. Is It is very interesting.
Okay.
Again, because they deal with like mind magic, illusions, red magic.
Yeah.
They're kind of the guys who made fantasy steam engines.
Yeah, so they're engineers, but they're using magic to make the engineering work.
Exactly. So Arcana tech really high in Ravnica.
But let's be honest, what is more magical than a gust of wind turning a wheel and then giving your house power?
Yeah.
That's pretty magical to me.
Now they were interesting because for the longest time their guild master was an actual dragon.
Oh.
Called Niv Mizzet.
That's a really good name.
Yeah. Yeah, just this big red dragon that was like, yeah, this is great. It's wonderful.
Take
Now,
it away, my boys.
their inventors are everything from like, oh, let's make toilets and like everyday household stuff to, I wonder if we can make a gun that shoots lightning. So it's a real bag of tricks when you reach into the Is It house of like, you could just be trying to better humanity, or you could be trying to harness a 1,000-year storm in order to channel the biggest lightning bolt that the world's ever seen. Anyway, so next up we have the Cult of Rakdos.
Yes, I do know this one. Is it black and red?
Black and red, yes.
And these are the little freaks.
Yep, these are the thrill killers, entertainers, and demon-led cultists.
Like I said, the little freaks.
The Murder Carnival is what it's considered. They are the entertainers of Ravnica. They are the actors.
The leader of this is literally like a 15-foot devil, right?
Yeah, Rakdos. Yeah.
Was I correct with like the height, or is it taller?
He's about that. I think he's might be taller. Might be like 20 feet.
Just a big old demon boy.
Big old boy. I remember Gideon rides him into battle in the War of the Spark. But it's also funny because like there's all these houses, right? Like Orzhov, Demir, blah blah blah. Then there's just straight up Rakdos, and I've always found that so funny, like the cult of Rakdos, because the guild leader is the same guy that started the guild forever ago, and he's still head honcho, big dick swinging daddy. So
the reason I love Rakdos is that if you're thinking about a fantasy world where you don't have traditional things like cell phones or social media or TV shows, what do you do for entertainment? And Rakdos answers that question with a bang. Like, these are the entertainers of the world. And I love that that's included because there's these jobs that are important, like Senate and lawmaker and engineer. but entertainment is such a huge industry, and so like that's pretty much what this guild is entertainment.
Yep, Cult of Rakdos. It is the dark question of what do you do for entertainment. And the problem is, like, the people that go to the Rakdos, shows know that there is a chance that they might get murdered.
Uh-huh.
There's always a chance that audience participation becomes a pretty big thing. And if that happens and you just end up on one of the pain spinner's wheels, well,
You're
you knew what you were signing up
it's
for.
a gamble, but
a
it's
gamble.
a fun gamble.
Mhm,
It's an
mhm.
interesting gamble.
But they do these performances and these like murder shows and stuff, and it's all in homage to their leader Rakdos. Very fun, very interesting, like murder clowns.
They're murder clowns.
Super cool.
I
Super
love a
cool.
good murder clown. God, a carnival is just a good theme.
Now next up we have the Golgari Swarm. Do you
Okay.
remember what colors they are?
Golgari. That's I'm getting like green.
Mm-hmm.
I don't either want to say black or blue, but I'm gonna go with. Oh, the look that you're giving me is telling me that both of those are wrong. Golgari. It's either.
The Golgari Swarm.
My gut is telling me blue, which means I'm gonna ignore it and say red.
Black green.
Dang it, I knew it!
Your favorite color.
When you said Golgari, I was like, it's gotta be green and black. I'm like, but it can't be black. It's. Listen to your gut, children.
The Golgari Swarm, black green, the garbage collectors, the food producers, and the necromancers of Ravnica.
Hot.
They live in the sewers,
Uh-huh.
maintaining and keeping some of the nastier elements from coming up and eating people.
Yes, they are.
They're all about the life cycle and everything that exists within rot. They harvest dead mushrooms from like dead bodies and stuff. Like, they are very interesting. I think they're very cool.
Yes, that's amazing. I love a good swamp.
They were also used as like the bad guys in one of the things because the Golgari Swarm tried to like take over the top side.
When
but
you're better. That's so fun. I love this. I love swamp, and I love a good nature zombie. Nature zombies are the superior zombies. I'm just gonna say it.
It was very much like they were run by a Gorgon.
Okay.
Named Vreska.
Uh-huh.
Who Jace Balleron, the Blue Mage, had a bit of a whirlwind romance with.
He had a whirlwind romance with a Sphinx?
No.
Wait.
A Gorgon.
Oh, okay. A Gorgon. The
Medusa.
Gorgon on the. Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't know why.
I believe it's called a Gorgon.
Yeah. Honestly, that guy knows what's up.
Yeah.
Get yourself a snake-haired lady.
Yeah. Whole story about their love interest. It's like it spanned multiple expansions. But going on, we have the Boros Legion.
Boros is white and blue. Am I wrong? I think I'm wrong.
So we already had white blue with the Azorius Senate,
no,
so it can't
I
be
didn't
white
say
blue.
That. Cut it out. Cut it out of the podcast. Cut it out. You know, you're saying it's blue and red. Nope, that's engineers. Cut it out. Cut it out of the podcast.
Cut it all out.
You know what? What are they?
The Boros Legion, maybe this will help. The standing army and primary police force of Ravnica.
White and red.
Yes.
Yeah, baby.
White, red.
Process of elimination.
The Boros Legion. These are like literally the military. They walk around in big suits of armor. They have angels. They use fire magic and stuff like that. And I think the head of the Boros Legion is an actual archangel.
If I remember correctly, those colors are for civilization and then destruction. Fitting.
Also passion, and it's not just that.
I'm probably passionate about being us.
Oh no. Yeah, so that's Boros. We still have 3 more.
I love it.
We have the Gruul clans, feral anarchists destroying civilization to return to nature. Do you know what colors they are?
Probably like green and red because it's nature and destruction.
Yep. Green and red, you got it. Let's go. Look at
I'm getting good
you.
at this.
Yes, feral anarchists destroying civilization to return to
Oh.
nature. These guys arguably suck, but I get where they're coming from. Because the problem about them is they want to destroy Ravnica
Yeah.
so that it can return to nature, but they don't mind murdering a whole bunch of innocent civilians to make that happen.
That's the problem, is they don't want to bring nature back to Ravnica. They want to get rid of the infection that is humanity, and that's not good.
Yeah, it's real rough. The Gruul clans are like, there's a lot of beasts in there, like big animals. There's a lot of beast tamers, giants, cyclopses, things like that. For the Gruul clans, they are considered one of the more weaker guilds.
Yeah.
Because they don't actually function within society.
Oh.
And so, like, they don't give two shits about law.
They're like, we're not gonna listen.
They're the anarchists.
Yeah.
Then there's the Selesnian Conclave. Can you imagine what colors they are?
Selesnia. Descriptors, please. Descriptors.
Nature-loving, militarized spiritualists.
Green and white?
Green and white, my favorite colors.
I was like, I don't think we've done green and white yet.
Yes, the Selesnian Conclave is all about, like, neighborly affection. It's all about, like, growing communal gardens and having places that are still green within the city.
That's lovely.
They do a lot with, like, token production because the Selesnia Guild is by far, by member, the largest guild in Ravnica.
Okay, love that.
But it's mostly, like, neighborhood watches and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of people who are just trying to be good people, trying to look out for their fellow neighbor, literally throwing garden parties and stuff like that.
This is the, like, I didn't want to grow up and become a politician or a cop or an engineer, and so I just want to be a person. That's the guild that I'm joining.
Yep. Now, because of this, they have actually attracted the attention of nature spirits that live within Ravnica. And they are guarded by things like treants and dryads.
That's lovely.
And like satyrs and stuff. But their most powerful treant that they have is their guild hall.
Their entire guild hall is
It just kind of sits there until something happens and he needs to get up and kick some ass.
That's incredible. I love him.
The Selesnian Guild Hall is their greatest weapon, which is so funny. And it's a mobile command center in times of war.
That sounds like a good old boy.
Yeah, it is. There was a moment in War of the Spark where the Selesnian Guild Hall had a kaiju battle with one of the gods that, what's his name, Nicole Bolas brought over. That was all eternalized, and there was like a big roar. They were just smashing each other.
That's incredible.
It was super cool.
They came in and said, "We have a kaiju," and they said, "So do we."
So do we. You're not special. Yeah, ours is older than yours.
We had ours first.
Yeah,
ours is still alive.
Ours is still alive, and he's getting bigger. All right. So the last one is the Simic Combine.
Okay.
Do you know what colors they are?
Simic.
Scientists focus on bioengineering and adapting nature.
Oh, that sounds like green and blue, but I don't know if we've already done that one.
Green and blue, yes, exactly. That was the last one.
Yes, I am so good at this. Oh, we should have started this from the beginning.
Oh my goodness, yes. So, Simic Combine, scientists focusing on bioengineering and adapting nature. Now, these guys make mutants.
I don't like them.
They also build clones.
No.
Clones are one of their big things that they enjoy doing because they're like, oh man, we can't risk losing this guy because he's so super intelligent. So we need to clone the shit out of him so if he dies, we can get another one.
Yeah.
But they make these giant abominations.
Oh, cool.
That are like huge crocodile, fish, lizard hybrids with wings.
You know what? While I don't condone it, I gotta respect the love for a good critter.
Yeah, two-headed giant dragon turtles.
Like, everybody loves a good monster, and if you're a mad scientist who can just be like, I'll make my own.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. They love nature, but they're always like, we could be better.
I don't condone it, but I get it.
And you know the people who are like biohacking in real life, where they're
Yeah.
like, if you use this and this and this, you can kind of cut out the need for sleep.
Uh-huh.
That's what these guys did, but on the next level,
Mm-hmm.
where they were like, okay, like they're a bunch of elves and humans and stuff like that, and they're like, these bodies we have are super inefficient because they can't do things like breathe underwater,
Yeah.
and that seems pretty crappy. So we should
Mhm.
we should splice that in. That should be a
Yeah.
thing. Like, oh, we can't fly, and that kind of sucks. So like, we should just put wings on ourselves.
That's wild.
Yeah.
This is just the body modding community in a
It
fantasy world.
is. It is. Like, they fully just mod themselves. And in the Simic Guild, it's very much who has the best modifications becomes the new leader.
That's crazy.
So-
A bunch of just like truly mutant people walking into a room together and being like, I see you've improved your flight capabilities.
Exactly.
Have you seen my roller feet?
That's exactly how it works. So stupid.
And everybody else is looking at them like, we didn't invite them.
Yeah. Oh man, like every time there's a guild meeting where all the heads of the guild show up, everybody just looks at the Simic guild leader like, oh gosh, why?
Why do we have to invite those guys?
These guys suck. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So with that is all the guilds of Ravnica and kind of how they interact with each other and what they do and their basic purpose. Right now, there's so much lore about each one of these that we could easily do a full episode on each guild. Easily. But we're going into the overall kind of like story of Ravnica and the things that are going on there, right?
Yeah.
So obviously, there was a point in time when these guilds didn't get along very well.
Yes.
Now, when they didn't, things were kind of in turmoil. And so they decided to get together and make this thing called the Guild Pact.
Okay.
And this lasted for about 10 million years.
Just a little while.
Some, like, stupid high amounts of time. Might have been 10,000 years. I don't fucking know, but it's a lot of time. The Guild Pact has been around. Now, because it was so detrimental, like, not detrimental, it was so necessary to have this to get the guilds working together, all of the guilds were forced by all of the guilds to maintain this. So it was kind of like a real world, what is that, like United Nations thing?
Yeah.
Where it's like, we all agree that if this guy starts being a little shit, we kick his ass, right?
Right.
And so you didn't be a little shit, because then you had 9 other guilds that were ready to kick your ass.
It's just essentially like keeping everybody in check, where it's like, nobody's going to like step outside these lines. And if you do step outside these lines, we all have a piece of paper saying that we've acknowledged that we're going to stay within inside these lines. So now there's an obligation to like stick together on this, because I feel like at the end of the day, if one of the factions rises up and is like, I don't like this anymore, they probably are gonna have like 1 or 2 other factions who like, I get it. I could see that happening, but if it's like 8 other people being like, no, we signed the paper.
And that's essentially where we get into guild politics.
Yeah.
Because it's like Demir is doing a lot of shit, obviously, because they're the spies and the assassins and etc. etc. Kitty, I need you to move down, bud. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. But I need you to move. Good boy. So they're the spies and they're the assassins and etc. etc. But obviously that makes it kind of hard for the rest of the people, because it's like, well, you literally infiltrated our base and stole a bunch of our secrets and sold them to a bunch of other people. Kind of fuck you. But then the guy who they sold him to is like, I don't know, maybe he's got a point. Like, maybe this is okay, all right, And the other guilds that don't really give a shit are kind of like, oh, yeah, he didn't steal my secrets, Like, yeah, it's fine. So the Guild Pact is just exactly like, we will help each other in times of peril. We will make sure not to screw each other over too hard, etc., etc. Now, there's exceptions to this, like Grohl doesn't really care, because their whole point is like, well, we just want to see Ravnica burn, so...
Right.
Like, yeah, we're not part of that. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously the anarchists aren't part of the peace treaty. Weird. But at the same time, the other people. It's supposed to be something that helps everybody.
Yeah.
Now, this would become a really big thing later on because they would do something called the Living Guild Pact, where they would take all of the magics associated with being the Guild Pact and put it onto a person. So that person became their mediator.
Okay.
And it was like in any time of like conflict or feuding, the Living Guild Pact would be there for that exact purpose. Jace was the Living Guild Pact for a while.
Okay.
It's changed hands, but it's kind of like a title. And if you have it, you can pretty much tell any guild leader to fuck off,
Uh-huh.
which is, you are like the highest of the high.
Yeah, you have incredible power.
Incredible
And I
power
love
in
how it's like
Ravnica.
this person is like not necessarily even there to make decisions or do anything. They're just there to be like, hey, get along, children.
Yeah, exactly. Like, why are we fighting today? Sips coffee sadly. Like, it really
the ultimate
is.
mediator probably does not want to be there.
Yeah, Jace hated that because it was constant just that.
Uh-huh.
The bickering and the regular, he had to be in so many meetings and he had to deal with so many little problems that he was like, I can't get any work done. I can't do anything. Like, yes, this title has a lot of power to it, but if I spend all my time, all the time, doing nothing but mediating for these people, I won't be able to do the actually important shit.
Right? Like saving the multiple universes.
Exactly. So then again, Niv Mizzet ends up becoming the Guild Pact personified at one point, going from the 2 colors to all 5 colors. And this would happen during the War of the Spark,
yeah.
when they were like, uh-oh, things are going really bad, and Niv Mizzet, I think, gets murdered.
Oh, no.
And they bring Niv Mizzet back with the power of the Guild Pact.
Whoa.
And he becomes the new, like, avatar of the Guild Pact.
Dang.
And so you have this giant rainbow dragon that's just spewing all kinds of pride all over the eternal army of Nicole Balas.
I love how every single guild accumulatively was like, we gotta bring this guy back.
Yeah, this guy's important, guys.
We can't do this without him.
I gotta have hot water for my shower. No. Well, because, like, the Izzet Guild has kind of had a lot of importance in the past, because they also had a planeswalker on their payroll.
Okay.
Called Ralzarek.
Okay.
And remember when I told you about the 1,000-year storm? That wasn't a joke.
Yeah.
Ralzarek actively was trying to harness a 1,000-year storm to make the biggest lightning bolt that the world had ever seen. So, pretty neat.
That's pretty cool.
And
what are you gonna do with that, though?
He has got these really cool gauntlets that he charges up, and he's kind of a lightning wizard.
Okay, so he wanted to absorb the world's biggest lightning bolt.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Are we thinking about repercussions
No.
to anybody else?
No. That's it, baby. Like, it's literally experimental scientific exploration without the thought of consequences that might happen because of it. Like, yeah, like, why not see how big of a bomb we can make? What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, a real Oppenheimer.
Yeah, it's exactly that, you know. And then you have a goblin who's just like, "Whoa, I have become Death, Destroyer of Universes." And
that's crazy. I
also
worlds. Love the idea that they didn't even have like a moment of like, what if this doesn't work, and then I'm just this target.
No, that happens a lot. That happens a lot. Many would-be scientists for the Izzet Guild end up frying themselves or blowing themselves up, or, yeah, it's a real trial and error. And sometimes the error is you're just a piece of dust on the floor after you're done, you know? Well,
that's crazy.
But there's always 10 more guys past him that are ready to pick up that research, so it's fine.
A lot of scientists in this world.
Totally fine. It's okay, guys, you know?
Dang.
Timmy might be dead, but Timmy 2 is ready to pick up the book and keep going on his research.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's real bad. We have some of the most interesting, I would say, artifacts and stuff come from this world. So, like, there's the Aetherworks Marvels, is what they're called. And they come from this world.
Okay.
Platinum Angel is one of the Aetherwork Marvels. The Eternity Engine is part of the Aetherworks Marvels. And a lot of people say if you can take them all and use them correctly, you could make the strongest device that the world's ever seen. But they have the pieces and they don't really know how they go together.
Okay.
So it's really funny.
Yeah.
Kind of hilarious. But obviously I love the Selesnya Guild. Like,
Mhm.
they're literally just there to be your good old fashioned neighborhood watch. These are the guys you could run to if you were in trouble, and they would like totally put you in their house and call the cops for you.
That's so cool.
So love those guys. Um, so we've gone kind of over Ravnica in general. We've talked a little bit about the guilds. We've talked a little bit about like the guild pact and kind of how that gives you titles and what you can do. Um, but going kind of into some more graphic detail about some things, I suppose, would
Mhm.
be back to things like the Rakdos murder circus.
Yeah.
Because it's crazy because on the top you're like, oh, society, like this is the biggest society that I've seen. They can't be crazy. They are. Like the fact that that's where they go for entertainment kind of says a decent amount about them.
This society is a little different than ours.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
not an
Very.
alternate plane of what good and bad is.
Mhm.
Like, because in this world, like, do people have a problem with the Rakdos Guild, or is everybody just accumulatively like, oh, this is chill?
Oh, Boros hates them.
Because everybody is going to have a certain degree of like differing opinions on things, but like, is there, if they saw a Rakdos person, is it just throw them in jail right on the spot?
Nope.
Exactly. So it's like there are going to be some people who like agree with this and some people who disagree with it, but it's the general okayness with like torture circus.
Yeah.
Like
That's just an everyday that most people know about, and it's kind of a wild thing.
it's
Like,
like a messed up universe, but like a universe and a civilization nonetheless.
yeah, universe and a civilization nonetheless, for sure. So I think like that's where Ravnica differentiates itself from a lot of fantasy settings, is because there's race cars in Ravnica. There's whole mechs like in Ravnica. Pretty much any kind of niche you want to fill a fantasy setting, it's in Ravnica.
You'll
They
find it.
they have used it to put so much shit out there. But the other thing is, it is the focal point for one of the largest storytelling aspects of Magic the Gathering that we have ever had, and that was the War of the Spark.
Mm-hmm.
Um, During the War of the Spark, there was like Nicole Bolas. We talked about the dragon guy. He came over, brought all these Eternals, is what he called them,
Mm-hmm.
which were just undead that were coated in this really strong polymer that made them damn near unkillable.
Mm-hmm.
And the entirety of Ravnica, for the first time ever, had to fully come together
Mm-hmm.
to fight off an incursion from a different plane of existence.
That's crazy.
So you have guild masters who have spent thousands and thousands and thousands of years fighting each other, and it's always just like, oh, what can this guy do? What can this guy? Fuck that guy. You know, like, how can I
Mm-hmm.
undermine this guy? I want to eventually be the top. To, if we don't work together, we're all gonna die.
We're all holding hands and jumping into this because if we don't, we're jumping into an abyss.
And because of this, you ended up with cards that were like, Boros Legionnaire and Demir Spy back to back. And so it's like the two of those people together having to fight in order just to stay alive.
That is so cool.
But it put up such a cool amount of like tag team ups.
It's so cool.
It was so dope.
That's really dope.
Like, you had angels fighting alongside Golgari zombies because it was like, yeah, we're here to fuck up those dudes.
A literal knight in shining armor rode a devil into battle.
Yeah.
A 20-foot tall devil man.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
And I still love that, like, I hope you're enjoying this, Gideon, because it will never happen again.
This devil, like, God damn it, get this guy off me, God damn it, this is stupid.
Rakdos, I am no mount, Gideon.
Gideon, like, you're looking a lot like a mount right
You're
now,
looking
buddy.
a lot like an epic mount to me.
Imagine the like figure we'd cut. Like just let it cook.
Yeah, people were pretty happy with the murder circus when this happened.
Yeah.
Because the murder circus, people were like, oh my gosh, it's Christmas. Like, they were so happy to come out and just start throwing themselves in droves at the Eternals.
Objectively the best fighting faction of that one.
Uh-huh.
Like they were the MVPs of that, I'm sure.
And then again, their 20-foot tall freaking guild
Yeah.
leader coming out with a Reaper scythe
Yeah.
and just being like, ha 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 ha, murder, 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 murder. Like, it was wild, the kind of cards and stuff that we got for that set and the stuff that was happening in that set.
That storyline is a fantasy nerd's wet dream.
Yeah.
Like, everybody wants to see the people who hate each other all of the sudden working together and doing it seamlessly.
Yeah.
Like, the thought that happens in those scenes of, like, if these guys just stopped bickering, they could literally take over the world.
Yeah.
But they're just bickering.
Yeah, but they're just too busy bitching at each other to make it happen. But when the chips are down and the odds are not in your favor, it's time for the team up that everyone's been waiting for. And here we go. And it was as awesome as we all wanted it to be.
That's so good. I wish stories like this got the movies. Got the, like, I want to sit, I want to watch it, but so often are they fudge it. And they only fudge it because a movie's not long enough to capture that gloriousness.
No, you need like at least 3 hours on the movie. And what you'd probably want to do like a Lord of the Rings trilogy thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like everybody knows going into this there's going to be 3 movies and they're going to be long.
I would like to petition to have longer movies. I think every movie should be a Lord of the Rings extended cut edition and trilogy sequences. Because honestly, give me longer movies with a better story. Please. Please. It worked. We all saw it. It worked for them. Like, why can't we do it for...
Why can't it work for this? Yeah, no, 100%. Like, it is really wild to go from, like, when I was a kid, an hour-long movie wasn't the weirdest thing, you know?
Mhm.
Now it's, like, kind of minimum an hour and a half. But Lord of the Rings is 3 hours long, so it's 2 movies put into one?
Well, technically, it's usually around 2 hours.
That's true, but the
It's a little-
extended edition, I think,
Oh,
is
the
3 hours.
extended edition is a big boy.
It's a chonky movie.
3.5, 4.
Yeah, 3.5, 4 hours, maybe. Yeah, that seems.
Give me
seems
6
correct.
hour long movies. I know we all have jobs. We can split it up over a couple of days. It'll be fine, everybody.
6 hour long movies. Do you imagine how much those actors would get paid for something like that? It would be wild.
Oh, well, here's the thing. I don't actually think so. Because they already cut so much from movies.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it would be an even amount of time to actually make it. You would use more of the footage that you took.
Probably.
But that's just, I could be wrong. I'm not in the film industry. I make 60-second long TikTok videos, so.
Yeah, so Ravnica is one of the things that I've wanted to talk about for a really long time. I'm really excited that we finally got the opportunity to have like a little discussion about it.
Yeah.
But with that, I had a couple questions for you.
I have a couple answers for you.
So, what was your favorite guild?
This is hard because I love a good swamp boy. Love a good swamp boy. Green and black are my favorite colors to play in Magic. So it's really hard not choosing those, but I have a soft spot in my heart for Rakdos because I made a D&D character from that guild, and I'm like, a evil torture carnival? God, it's just a good aesthetic. It's just a good vibe all around. And so I also really like...
Great stories.
Green and white. Which one is that? Is that...
Selesnya.
Selesnya. I do like Selesnya because that's what I just want, like, the real world to be like.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I'm in a fantasy world, so why not be a murder clown? So I gotta say it's probably either Selesnya or the murder clowns.
That's fair. I, like, obviously love Selesnya simply because those are my favorite colors to play in Magic. And when I first started collecting from Ravnica and I found out about the Selesnya, I was like, oh my gosh, they're everything I want. Because their token production, which is everything, like, love tokens. They give you, there's so much health gain. Oh my gosh. Like, I'm pretty sure the card that was, whenever a creature comes into play, you gain 1 health was a Selesnya card.
Uh-huh.
So, oh my gosh, they came out with Populate, which was a wild ability to just copy 1 token creature you have on the battlefield. You make a
Okay.
copy of it.
Dang.
Which is not great when you're running like a 1/1 soldier, but you know what it is great for? When you have a 9/9 elemental token, because that's another thing Selesnya can produce. So yeah, you can just make friggin' giant trees and go kick everybody's ass. It's wonderful. Oh, I love Selesnya so much. But honestly, from a storyteller's aspect, Rakdos was super cool
Mhm.
because you can just tell a wild story
Yeah.
and it doesn't have to necessarily make a whole lot of sense. But I love, love, love Demir and Golgari
Okay.
from a storyteller's aspect because, or point of view, because Demir is perfect for that James Bond esque kind of like movie.
These are the assassins, right?
The assassins and the spies and the info brokers. You go to
Mhm.
the black market looking for somebody's, shoe size, they
Yeah.
probably know it. Which is wild, obviously. But their guild leader is a shape changer.
Uh-huh.
So nobody knows who their guild leader is. And a lot of the times he uses proxies.
Uh-huh.
So it's not actually him.
Because why would it be?
Why would it be? No, why would it be? So he's a shapeshifter, and that's his whole shtick, is nobody knows what the leader of Demir actually looks like.
That's crazy. I love it. And I also love to think that it's been like just extremely normal human lifespans where it's like everybody thinks he's a shapeshifter, but it's actually just a new person every time,
Every time.
every like 30 years because somebody takes over the last person's place and then another person takes over the last person's place. So there's been like thousands of different leaders, but everybody thinks it's one.
That's real. That would be really funny. That would be indeed hilarious. Yeah, but the Golgari is also a crazy concept because the stories you could tell of living in the sewer and
Yeah.
having to deal with, like, because there's abominations from the Simic Guild that just get free and roam the sewer, and then the Golgari gotta deal with it.
I love the Golgari. I love, love, love the aesthetic of the Golgari. And if I hadn't played that Rakdos character, I
Hmm.
agree with you. I think it would be the Golgari just because it is so fun.
Oh, and they're scavengers, like there's this level of hatred towards the surface dwellers because they're like, we have to live on your scraps,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not fun or easy for us to do. And at the same time, if it wasn't for us, you guys would be fucked. So it is really interesting from their point of view, seeing like, oh yeah, no, like they are the garbage men, but the garbage men are needed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you 100% need that guy down there, because if they weren't taking care of the sewer crocodiles and the random abominations and the colonies of sewer spiders that exist.
Oh no!
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
Yeah.
I don't like that.
You'd be having a bad day, Bryce. So, it's kind of a interesting story element that can be implemented at any time. And that's really neat. I love that. I'm really sad we never got to finish our D&D campaign set in that world,
Mhm.
because I think it would have been very fun.
I agree. We'll do it again sometime.
Yes.
We'll start a new one.
Definitely have to do that, because it'd just be fun. It would just be admirable. So we've gone over, like, favorite guild. What's your most hated guild?
Oh, oh, probably like white and blue or
Azorius.
white and blue or the white and red,
Mm-hmm.
the cops and the politicians.
The Boros Legion and the Azorius Senate.
Enough said.
Enough said. We don't need to go into detail about that. I'm really surprised it wasn't the church.
That
The terrible,
too.
terrible church.
No, yeah, that too. I guess
The extortionists crime
that's
syndicate
also
church.
that's also a good one. I just remembered crime. And so I was like, they gotta be okay.
That's fine. They're criminals. They're probably chill. That's wild.
No, the church is up there too. Don't like that one either.
Yeah. but like, because there's been so many interesting characters and stuff that you get to throw out. Like Gideon, the Law Mage, was
Mhm.
part of the Azorius Syndicate.
Uh-huh.
Or not Syndicate, not the Azorius. Yeah, no, Azorius, not Orzhov. There
Uh-huh.
it is. Orzhov is the church one. So yeah, with that, I think we're gonna end the episode a little bit early. But thank you all for participating. Thank you all for listening. And if you like this episode, please do go check out our Patreon, where these episodes are available a whole week earlier to people from all of our tiers on Patreon. So if you like that, go check that out. And if you're into cookbook adventures, don't forget to check out the Copper Spoon Chronicles, a cookbook adventure about Cobb Copperspoon, finally heading out of her small town to fill up her cookbook with new recipes and maybe make some friends along the way. All right, is there anything you'd like to say to our people before we head out?
Bye!
Goodbye, travelers!